And now, let's put the fighters on the scale here at Dynamite. To do it, we'll start it off with Glory Kickboxing on the scales first. And to introduce the fighters and get them weighed in, I'd like to introduce my esteemed counterpart, the ring announcer for Glory Kickboxing, Mr. Tim Hughes.
Thank you, Michael. SAP Center, it's good to see so many of you out here already. The energy is building for what is a historic night tomorrow night in combat sports. So let me just ask you something. Are you ready for glory? Glory, of course, just part of this Dynamite show, and never before has a ring and a cage been side by side in the same arena. But we're going to answer that tomorrow night for the entire combat sports world. Glory Sports International and Glory Kickboxing are thrilled to be a part of this night. It's also, by the way, a historic night for Glory for other reasons. For the first time ever, women's kickboxing will step inside the ropes. We have a bantamweight bout scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds. And as Michael just told you, we also will end our night with 5 rounds for the Glory Light Heavyweight Championship of the World. Let me introduce you to those that are on the stage with me from Glory. Our ring girls, Tia and Alyssa, first of all. And our Chief Executive Officer, Mr. John Franklin. As I mentioned, 5 kickboxing bouts on the card tomorrow night. We get started with the featherweights. And first up onto the scales, TJ Archangel. TJ will be making his Glory debut, his professional record 4 wins with 1 loss. Trained for the most part in Muay Thai. He was actually the amateur IKF Muay Thai world champion back in 2009 and a U.S. champion 1 year later in 2010. We're excited to see him step inside the Glory ring for the very first time. $145.2 for Archangel, fighting out of San Francisco, California. His opponent tomorrow night, Jose Palacios. Jose, born in Nicaragua, fighting by way of Milpitas, California. He's going to be fighting on his home turf here. A lot of fans excited. By the way, ranked number 8 in the Glory World Rankings right now. He has an overall kickboxing record of 44 wins with 13 losses, but as a pro, 7-7, a WKA North American champion. 145.6 for Palacios. That's the way the kickboxing portion of the card will get started tomorrow night. Featherweight scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds.
Square up. Okay, face the crowd.
One more time, give him a big hand.
Great, guys.
Palacios and Archangel. We will stick with the featherweights for our next bout. Anvar Boynazarov. He'll be taking on Sergey Adamchuk, but we'll get Boynazarov up onto the scales first. Listen to this professional record: 79 wins, 20 losses, 2 bouts scored even, 45 knockouts on a career record. He was with us at Glory 23 Las Vegas. His debut in Glory, he had a big win over Giga Chikadze, a 2-time WMF Muay Thai world champion. And he is also 7-1 in Thailand's famed Lumpini Stadium. Highly skilled Muay Thai, and thrilled to be here in San Jose tomorrow night to be a part of this Dynamite presentation. $141.4 for Boynazarov, fighting out of Uzbekistan by way of Stockton, California. Here now is his opponent, Sergey Adamchuk. Born in the Ukraine, now training in the Netherlands, he is ranked number 3 in the Glory World Rankings. with a professional record of 29 wins and 5 losses, 14 of those wins coming by knockout. He won his debut, by the way, at Glory 22 France over Marat Grigorian, trained in Muay Thai and Russian Sambo. Known as a low kick specialist with that Dutch kickboxing style. $143.8 for Adam Chook.
Face the crowd.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bonazarov and Adam Chook.
All right.
Featherweights, 3-3-minute rounds. We're going to be bouncing back and forth between the ring and the cage, and as I mentioned, another historic night for Glory Kickboxing, in particular, the first ever women's kickboxing bout in the bantamweight division. Hadley Griffith and Carrie Melendez. Let's get Hadley Griffith up onto the scales first. She comes to San Jose from the mile-high city of Denver, Colorado, making her professional debut, but as an amateur, 8-4, relentless Hadley Griffith. $121.4 for Hadley Griffith. There is a 1 pound over allowance, so she will step onto the scales one more time. $121 even, so she makes it. Hadley Griffith, relentless. Also competes in MMA, by the way, and began training Muay Thai at the age of 29. Her opponent tomorrow night, Carrie Melendez. As a kickboxer, Carrie is an amateur 4-1, a professional career that includes 2 wins and 1 loss. One of those bouts, one of those wins coming by way of knockout. Like her opponent, competes in MMA, actually plans a debut on Bellator very, very soon. She was a part of the World Combat League in 2007, 2008, and began training Thai boxing back in 2005. Again, the target weight, 120 pounds. This bout will be scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds. $120.8 for Melendez. Melendez and Griffith, much anticipated on our part, I'll tell you that. It's been a big year for women in combat sports and a first for Glory Kickboxing tomorrow night here at the SAP Center.
All right, face the crowd.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, one more time, give a big hand. Looking forward to performing for you tomorrow night here in San Jose. Next up, a much anticipated welterweight matchup. Again, 3 3-minute rounds. Fernando Gonzalez and Paul Deley making his debut. Let's get Gonzalez to the scales first. He'll be making his Glory debut. A young kickboxing career of 1 win and 2 losses, but he is a veteran of over 40 mixed martial arts fights. He comes in MMA-wise on a 4-fight win streak, undefeated in Bellator, by the way, and a former WBC US Muay Thai champion. Fighting tomorrow night out of Menifee, California. Hoping, no doubt, to have support of hometown fans. $175.6 for Gonzalez. Here now comes his opponent, Mr. Paul Deley. Fighting out of Nottingham, England. Doesn't matter for this man whether it's a cage or whether it's a ring, always known as a prolific striker. Semtex carries a kickboxing record, by the way, of 20 wins with just 3 losses, but 17 of those 20 wins have come by way of knockout. He'll be making his glory debut tomorrow night. He is a winner of 7 of his last 8, a former European and world Muay Thai champion, and in interviews talks about his love, actually, of switching back and forth between the disciplines of mixed martial arts and kickboxing. But very much looking forward to getting back into the kickboxing ring tomorrow night for you here at the SAP Center. $170.4 for Paul Deley. So Deley and Gonzalez, welterweight division, 3 3-minute rounds.
One more this way. Come on, the camera this way. Okay, face the crowd.
Don't blink in this one, everybody. How about ahead, Deley, Gonzalez, tomorrow night, San Jose. And then, the light heavyweight championship of the world for the Glory Golden Belt. This one's scheduled for 5 rounds. Zach Mikasa and Salo Cavallari. First to the scales here, Salo Cavallari, fighting out of Curitiba, Brazil. As a professional, 31 wins with 2 losses, 19 of those wins by knockout. This will be his 7th Glory appearance. He carries a Glory record of 5 wins and 1 loss. He won, by the way, the Glory Light Heavyweight Contender Tournament in Oklahoma. And this will be a rematch of one of the bouts of that night. He was the Grand Prix winner in Brazil in 2013. He beat Russia's Artem Vakhitov in Dubai in his last appearance. Carries the nickname Cassius Clay. Salo Cavallari. $208.8 for Salo Cavallari. Here now is his opponent, Zach Mikasa. His career inside the Glory ring literally started with a bang in Denver with a first-round knockout. And he knows a lot about knockouts. His professional record, 13 wins with 2 losses. 12 of those 13 wins have come by way of knockout, a 92% KO ratio. The Black Warrior fights out of the Democratic Republic of Congo. He is the reigning WBF Intercontinental Boxing Champion and had that big knockout over Pat Barry in his first appearance at Glory in Denver. Also had a big knockout of Carlos Brooks at Glory 22 in France earlier this year. This is a vacant light heavyweight belt for Glory. 207.2 for Zach Mikasa. These two no strangers. They've met once before in the ring. San Jose, California. It's time